Hey, so today I want to talk about something that affects so many women, but rarely gets the attention that it deserves. We're talking bloating, constipation, and just feeling like your digestion is completely unpredictable. Do you ever wake up feeling okay, but by the end of the day, your stomach is so bloated and your pants feel like they're like cutting into you? Or maybe you start the morning already feeling like heavy and sluggish and knowing that you haven't had a decent bowel movement in days. It can be really frustrating when you're eating well, you're moving your body and doing all the right things, but your digestion doesn't seem to be cooperating. And then there's the timing. Have you ever had one of those moments where out of nowhere you get the sudden or urgent need to go? And it's like the worst possible time, right? Like maybe you're in the middle of like a work meeting or you're driving your kids to school or sitting in traffic. It's frustrating, uncomfortable, and sometimes completely out of your control, right? And I used to deal with all this too. And I thought going to the bathroom every 3-ish days was normal, but it's not. It might be common, but it's definitely not normal. And it wasn't until I learned how to support my digestion with some really simple, consistent habits that everything started to change. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. So the good news is that there are things that you can do to regulate your digestion, to reduce bloating, and to support better, more comfortable bowel movements. And it all starts with your morning routine. So most people don't realize that what you do in the first hour of your day can really set the tone for how your digestion functions for the rest of the day. And if you start off supporting your gut, everything runs more smoothly. But if you start your day in a way that like stresses your symptoms, whether that's, skipping breakfast or reaching for coffee first thing or rushing out the door, your gut responds by slowing down, holding onto waste, and creating more bloating and discomfort. So today I'm going to walk you through step-by-step morning routine that helps support digestion, keeps you regular, and minimizes bloating throughout the day. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself if you're new here. I'm Coach Chelsea Ray. I am a certified personal trainer, women's weight loss specialist, and nutrition coach. And I help women in perimenopause and menopause to lose stubborn belly fat, build strength, and feel amazing in their bodies without the extreme diets or workouts that just don't fit in your life. So I like to focus on real sustainable solutions for women who feel like their metabolism, their hormones, and their digestion have completely changed with age. So if you ever feel like what worked in your 30s just doesn't work anymore, you're not alone. Okay. And I'm here to help you take back control of your body in a way that actually feels good for you. So let's dive in. So before we get into solutions, let's talk about why these digestion issues are so common, especially in perimenopause and menopause. So one of the biggest reasons that digestion shifts in this phase of life is because of hormonal fluctuations. So estrogen and progesterone, they influence the gut motility. So this is like how fast or how slow that like food is moving through your system. And when these hormones fluctuate, your digestion slows down, making constipation, bloating, and gas more common. And then as our estrogen drops, it can also affect the balance of your gut bacteria, leading to more bloating and irregularity. And then we've got progesterone that can cause more water retention. And so it makes us feel, or makes like the bloating feel even worse. Okay. So if you ever feel like your digestion has changed as you've gotten older, it's not just in your head. Your body is changing and your gut is responding to those changes. Another key reason to focus on digestion is for toxin elimination. So when you're not having a regular bowel movement, waste actually sits in your system longer than it actually should. And your body actually starts reabsorbing the toxins inside your body instead of eliminating them. And that can lead to increased inflammation, which makes bloating and discomfort worse. It can disrupt our hormone balance since there's like excess estrogen and other waste products that aren't being properly flushed out. And it can leave you feeling really sluggish and fatigued because your body is working even harder to like manage all of that waste. So a healthy, regular digestive system is one of the best ways to support your overall hormone health. And it keeps that inflammation in check, which is super duper important, right? But one of the biggest things that I see with my clients and a lot of things, that like a lot of people don't realize is how the stress digestion connection works. Um, People don't realize how much stress really does affect it. And when your body is in a stress state, your digestion slows down. Blood flow is redirected away from your gut and towards your muscles, like your heart, your brain, your extremities, because your body thinks you're in fight or flight mode. So this means that food moves like slower through your system, again, increasing that bloating and constipation. And if you're constantly like rushing or skipping meals or feeling overwhelmed, your digestion is probably struggling, right? And this is why that morning routine matters so much. How you start your day signals to your gut whether it's time to function efficiently or whether it should shut down and hold on to waste. Now that you understand why digestion slows down, let's get into what we can do about it. So, step one is hydration first thing in the morning. So, one of the most effective and easiest ways to improve your digestion first thing in the morning is by drinking more water. And I'm not talking like sipping it slowly, okay? I'm talking like drinking at least like 12 to 16 ounces all at once, okay? Most people don't realize how much dehydration affects your digestion. So if your body is even slightly dehydrated, your intestines absorb more water from the food that you eat. So it makes your stool harder, drier, and more difficult to pass. So a sluggish digestive system almost always starts with dehydration. So here's why water in the morning works, okay? So number one, it rehydrates your digestive tract. So your gut needs that moisture to move, right? That like squeezing motion, move waste through your intestines. And if you've gone like 8+ hours without water while you're sleeping, your intestines are dry and very slow moving when you wake up. Number two, it triggers the gastrocolic reflex. So drinking a large amount of water quickly, it signals your digestive system that it's time to get things moving. And this is the same reflex that happens when you eat a meal. Number three, it softens the stool and it makes elimination easier. So if you tend to have hard stools or constipation, starting your day with water gives your body that fluid that it needs to create softer, easier to pass bowel movements. Number four, it flushes out toxins. So overnight, your body is in like a repair and detox mode, okay? And drinking water first thing helps your liver and your kidneys to remove the waste more efficiently. And number five, it prepares your body for digestion. Think of your gut as like a dry sponge in the morning. So like when you hydrate it properly, it's ready to absorb all those nutrients and move things along nice and smoothly. So one of the best ways to make this as a habit is to like keep a water bottle on your nightstand. If it's there when you wake up, you'll be more likely to drink it. You can add lemon or a splash of apple cider vinegar. This kind of helps wake up the digestion and supports stomach acid levels. One of my favorite things is aloe vera juice. You can take like 2 to 4 ounces mixed with water or take it as just like a shot. But this soothes the intestines and helps to soften the stools, especially if constipation is an issue. So if you struggle with constipation, this one habit alone can make a huge difference. All right, the second step of our morning routine is to slow down and reduce your stress. So rushing in the morning can completely throw off your digestion for the entire day. Have you ever noticed when you're like stressed or in a hurry, you don't feel the urge to go to the bathroom, right? Well, this is because your digestion literally shuts down when your body is in a stressed or a rushed state. So your body needs to be relaxed and chill, like to actually work properly. So if you wake up, you rush to check your phone, or you immediately stress over emails or something you saw on social media, and you run out the door and your nervous system is already like in that fight or flight mode, right? So stress, again, I said this before, but it pulls the blood away from the digestion. So your body thinks it's in danger, even if that danger is just like running late or worrying about your to-do list. It redirects the blood away from your intestines and towards your muscles and your brain. And so that slows that digestion down or even maybe stops it completely. So when you're relaxed, your digestion works better. Your intestines rely on the rest and digest mode of your nervous system. So this is the parasympathetic nervous system that helps move things along. And so one of the best ways to reduce your stress in the morning is like sit down and chill for a minute before you get going. Like do that while you're drinking your water, right? Like We don't want to like chug it on the go. I want you to like give yourself a minute to breathe. Yes, we want to drink the water quickly, like we're not like sipping on it, but sit down and drink it. Another way is to just like working on some breathing techniques, like take 5 to 10 deep belly breaths before eating. This signals your nervous system that it's time to digest. Avoid checking your phone first thing in the morning, right? So social media, news, emails, that can spike that stress hormone before you even get out of bed. So like just taking 5 minutes to sit in silence, read, journal, listen to music. If you've been in my network for a while, you know we love feet up the wall, legs up the wall pose. That's a great one to do first thing in the morning to just kind of get your body going. Again, just like without like, I want you to get up out of bed. You know, we talk about like, okay, get up and go. Like, don't just lay there, but we don't need to like feet hit the floor and then go 1,000 miles an hour is what I mean. Okay. So the more you can like ease into your day, the better your digestion is going to be. All right. Step 3 for our morning routine is to eat a consistent breakfast. So skipping breakfast or eating erratically can throw off digestion and make your bloating worse. So your body craves routine, and that includes your digestion. So if you eat around the same time every morning, you're training that digestive system to work more predictably. And so this it triggers the digestive system to start moving. So eating a meal first thing, you start producing the digestive enzymes and the bile, which help break down that food and move things along. It does help to stabilize blood sugar. So if you skip breakfast or delay eating, you may experience blood sugar spikes and crashes later in the day, which again can contribute to bloating and cravings. This also does encourage regularity. So your body thrives on consistency. So if you eat breakfast around the same time each morning, your gut learns to have a more predictable rhythm for digestion and elimination. And it's kind of nice when you know, like, I know my routine, right? Like, I'm going to eat breakfast and have a good bowel movement. So, what do we eat for proper or optimal digestion? Well, we need protein and fiber. A balanced breakfast helps to regulate blood sugar and provides the fiber we need for healthy digestion. So we're talking things like oatmeal with chia seeds and berries, or scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado, or Greek yogurt with flax seeds and walnuts. So we want to avoid like highly processed, high sugar breakfast. So things like pastries, donuts, sugary cereals, or just coffee and cream. It can spike our blood sugar. And again, it can contribute to that bloating. We want to eat within 60 to 90 minutes of waking up. The sooner that you feel your body, the sooner your digestion kicks in and again gets us more on that rhythm. So if you don't feel hungry in the morning, maybe just start with something light and build from there. All right, step 4 of our morning routine is gentle movement to stimulate digestion. So one of the fastest ways to get digestion moving is to move your body. Okay, movement helps stimulate the intestinal contractions, which is how food and waste move through your digestive system, right? It's called peristalsis, and it's the like squeezing contractions that push everything through. And so if you're sedentary in the morning, everything kind of slows down. So you could take a short 5 to 10 minute walk. This helps to activate your gut without stressing the body. You can do some gentle movement, yoga, stretching. Again, that legs up the wall pose, some cat cow, spinal twist, anything with like a twisting motion, think kind of like a wringing out can really help and just like stimulate all of that. Deep squats are also helpful. So squatting mimics the natural posture for elimination and can help trigger the bowel movements. Or even do like an abdominal massage. So massaging your stomach in a circular motion. And we want to go up and over. So we're going to go from the right side up and over to the left and around would be because that's the way your digestion goes. Just a light massage. And you can do that while doing a legs up the wall pose too. So that's another like 2-for-1 kind of thing you can do. So if you tend to have that sluggish digestion, adding in just a few minutes, just a couple minutes of movement in the morning can make a huge difference. Plus, for a lot of us that are dealing with like the aches and pains and stiffness, just getting everything like lubed up, get the blood flowing, get that synovial fluid going is a great way to start the morning. All right. Our 5th step for our morning routine is to be smart about caffeine. Okay, so coffee can be a double-edged sword when it comes to digestion. So for some people, caffeine stimulates the digestive system. Some people just need a sip and they swear it goes. I think that might be somewhat of a mental thing too, but caffeine can stimulate it and trigger the bowel movement. But for others, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can spike the stress hormones and actually cause bloating, doing the opposite of what we want it to do. So the right way to drink coffee for digestion is to never drink coffee on an empty stomach. Okay, so caffeine stimulates cortisol, your body's stress hormone, which can slow down your digestion. So always try to eat first. So we do water first, food second, coffee third. I know it's a hard one to break. I know. But we want to pair that coffee with like protein and fiber. So instead of drinking it alone, have it after eating something more substantial. And switching to green tea if coffee does cause bloating. So green tea still has caffeine in it, but it's a lot more gentle on our digestion. So if you're used to drinking coffee before eating, try just that little shift of doing it after breakfast for like 1 week and just see if it makes a difference. So do it as like an experiment. And worst case, it doesn't. You just go back to doing what you're doing, right? So all right, well, let's recap about the 5-step morning routine for better digestion. So number 1 is drink at least 12 to 16 ounces of water. First thing, this rehydrates your gut, stimulates the digestion. Number 2 is just slow down and take 5 minutes to chill, relax, right? Digestion works best when you are in a calm state. Number 3 is to eat a balanced breakfast with fiber and protein. So this is going to help regulate your digestive system. Number 4 is to move your body gently, even a short walk, stretching, moving, twisting can really, really help. And number 5 is to be mindful of that caffeine. Drink coffee after food to prevent bloating and stress hormone spikes. So I hope this was helpful and gave you some practical steps to start improving your digestion right away. So if you've been struggling with bloating, constipation, or unpredictable digestion, I encourage you to just start with one of these steps tomorrow morning. Small, consistent changes will help make a really big difference over time. Consistent. That's the key word here, consistent. And if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you, whether you're unsure of where to start or you need maybe some help troubleshooting a specific issue, or if you just want to share your progress, like send me a message or drop a comment. I would love to hear it. Your digestion doesn't have to feel out of control, ladies. There are solutions. I'm here to help you find what works for your body. So just let me know. I would love to know, which of these steps are you going to try first?